and I'm back at it again, and I am bringing the heat. So, hang on, let me get everything set up. So, what do you guys think about the Jazz and Thunder game? Oh man, that was a good game. Good game. Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell is the truth. I've been telling you, he's going to win Rookie of the Year. He's going to win Rookie of the Year. This guy is the only true rookie. He's the only true rookie. How do you expect a rookie to take down last year's MVP, Paul George, Carmelo Anthony? How do you expect him to lead your team past this super team? How do you do that? How can you go from playing in Louisville, and then coming straight to the NBA and balling out? And balling out. Just think about it. Last year, the Jazz had Gordon Hayward. They had Gordon Hayward. They had an all-star. It was the same roster. Same roster. They got a good coach in Quinn Snyder. He should probably win NBA Coach of the Year. He's great. What do you guys think about Westbrook? Did you guys see that post-game interview? Him and the fan? Apparently, he was saying that the fan was saying some rude, disrespectful things, and he had a reaction to it. He's already had a reaction. You remember that 76ers fan where he's pointing over at him like this? So I have a feeling that the NBA is going to start looking into this, and that's probably a good thing too, because fans, they can get away with whatever they want to say, and the players can't do anything about it. Especially the malice in the palace, if you guys remember that. If you remember that, if you go into the stands and start kicking some butt, NBA is going to fine you. They're going to suspend you. They're going to fine you to where, you ain't got nothing left. They're going to take a whole season away from you, a whole paycheck. A whole paycheck. That was something. That was crazy. I don't think Westbrook would go into the stands, but you never know. You might get a guy like a Ron Artest. You say the wrong thing, something triggers him. He might be running up in the stands. He might be running up on you. So the NBA's got to do something about that. So, is the OKC team done? I think they are. This was a failed experiment. It was a good idea at the time. Everyone was kind of on it, but there's too many ball-dominant guys. Westbrook needs the ball. Melo needs the ball. Paul George needs the ball. Paul George and Melo are not guys who hang around and wait for their open opportunity. They need the ball in their hands to be effective, especially Melo. When has Melo ever affected the offensive end, defensive end when he doesn't touch the ball? If he doesn't touch the ball, he's not doing anything. He's not going to give you any productivity. Melo's kind of been overrated in my eyes. So, Jazz, the winners. So who the Jazz going to face? They don't play Golden State. I think they play the winner. I'm not for sure. I kind of been wrapped up in this Cavs series. This Cavs and Pacers series. Oh my gosh. Was that not embarrassing? That was flat out embarrassing as a Cavs fan to try to watch that. Oladipo isn't that bad of a player. I never really watched the Pacers that much. I never really paid any attention to Oladipo. But he's pretty athletic, and he's got some handles. He shook LeBron. Game 5. He shook LeBron on that hezzy. Took him to the hole. And then we all know what happened. The GOAT happened. Game 7, Andre Iguodala happened. So, if you guys got anything you want me to talk about, just let me know in the comments section. Otherwise, I'm going to keep going. Let's see what I got on my notes. Let's talk about, NFL draft. What about the NFL draft? Baker Mayfield going number 1. I could not believe that. it was either Sam Darnold, Josh Rosen, and the kid from Wyoming, Josh Allen. It was either one of those three. And Baker Mayfield, out of nowhere, the number one. Now, here's the thing. I like Baker Mayfield a little. I didn't at first, but you got to appreciate his whole body of work. You know, he's a 4-year guy. He was a walk-on. So he's got a chip on his shoulder, and he's got that confidence. He's got that swagger. So I really like that pick. I really like that pick. I don't know if it's going to turn into anything. He's kind of like the Johnny Manziel 2.0 in my eyes, but we'll see. We'll see. Who else we got? Saquon Barkley going to the Giants at number 2. I like that pick. Barkley is a stud. He is a football player. He's a good football player too. He's shifty. He's a good back. He's a 3-down back. You can leave it. He kind of reminds me of a guy like Le'Veon Bell. He can kind of do a little bit of everything. So let's see who else. Lamar Jackson. Now this is the most interesting pick. He's got that Mike Vick athletic ability. Now, whether they're going to let him be the quarterback, I don't know. He might be a receiver. I think he could be a good receiver. He's probably athletic enough to be a cornerback. He's the most athletic guy that's going to be on the field. So, I should probably get back to Jazz and Thunder because that's what I titled it. So, what do you guys think about Donovan Mitchell? You think the Jazz got a shot? Who's the Jazz play next? If anyone knows, let me know real quick. Who do they play? They don't play. Okay, so wait. They're the 4-5. So would they play Golden State? No, the Pelicans play Golden State. Who am I missing? Oh, the Rockets. That's who they're playing. Playing the Rockets. That'll be an interesting series. Very interesting series. James Harden and Donovan Mitchell going at it. Ooh. That's a matchup. That's MVP against Rookie of the Year. That's the future and MVP. MVP of the future, Donovan Mitchell. Man, he is good. He's athletic. He's shifty. He can shoot. He's a big body. He's strong. I think he's only listed like at 6'2", 6'3", but I don't know. He plays way bigger than his actual size. He's I don't want to say he's not a tall 2-guard, but he's an athletic, big 2-guard. When he comes down the lane, no one wants to get in his way. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but I noticed that. If you body him up, you're going to take some punishment too. He's bringing it. He's bringing it back. He's going to hit you. You got to hit him back because he ain't coming in the lane weak. And he'll meet you at the top too. He ain't afraid to slam. He's not afraid to come in that lane and slam. Let's see what else. Ricky Rubio, that was a big loss for the Jazz. Big loss. And that was early, too. I didn't know. To me, it kind of felt like the Jazz were saying, we'll let to play another day. We're not going to put Rubio in unless he was that hurt. But I feel like they made that call early, like before halftime, saying that he won't return. So that was big. That was really big. Oh, what else we got? Also, I know I put this Thunder versus Jazz NBA playoffs, but I want to give a shout out to you guys for the 1K subscribers, the Boogie Squad. We made it to 1K. It's awesome. I did not think it'd get to this point. I remember getting 100 subscribers and thinking, man, this is awesome. This is just awesome. I never thought this was going to happen, but now it's to 1,000, and I'm hungry. I'm going to keep eating. Keep rocking with me. So, I feel like I got to talk about LeVar at some point. I got to talk about LeVar. If you haven't checked out my last video, you need to check it out. About the Ball brothers leaving to Lithuania. Check it out. But I'm going to stick to the topic because that's what I put. So, Do you guys think this Jazz team has a shot against the Rockets? I don't know if they do. They don't. Let's be real. They don't. Unless Donovan Mitchell goes off for about 40 a game and they get another 20 from someone else, either Rudy Gobert or Rubio. I mean, it could be interesting. The Jazz are going to play him tough. You can believe that. You can believe the Jazz are going to play him tough. But the Rockets still got too much firepower. Way too much firepower. That'll be an interesting series. Let's see what James Harden's going to do. Now, lately, James Harden, he kind of freezes in the playoffs. You either get MVP James Harden or you're getting shut down James Harden. His track record isn't too good in the playoffs. It's going to be interesting. This Jazz team is hungry. Don't sleep on this Jazz team. Don't sleep on them. Let's see. The Westbrook, Paul George, Melo experiment. It's got to be blown up. Paul George wants out. We know Paul George wants out. Melo's got to want out. I think Melo's realizing he can't play with Westbrook. Melo is realizing he can't play with Westbrook, which in turn makes him realize why other people couldn't play with him. He's experiencing what he does to other players. And I think that's kind of funny. It's kind of ironic. But Westbrook is a way better player than Carmelo Anthony ever was. Carmelo was good, but he just scores. That's it. He just scores. Now, for real, I mean, what else is Melo good at? He scores. He just turns his back to the basket, and he gives you a little shoulder fake, or he'll give you his jab step, and then he shoots it. And it's not a good percentage shot. It's a tough shot, and he'll make him. Might make two in a row, and you're just like, yeah, Melo, get it going. He's not quick. He won't beat a guy off the dribble. He's not really that athletic. Good shooter, good isolation player, but he ain't Kobe. Definitely not MJ. He ain't Kobe, and Kobe's not MJ. He's the poor man's Kobe Bryant. The poor man's Kobe Bryant. I've always been critical on Melo. I've just not been impressed with his skill set. I think it's his name, his swagger whenever he came out, and he was decent. He was decent when he came out. He had some athletic ability, but not much. His skill set was good. I'm not saying he was never a bad player. He was a decent player, but not a guy you can build a franchise around. I wouldn't build a franchise around him. Now, he might sell tickets and make me money, but if I'm wanting to win a championship, Melo's not going to be the guy. I could tell you that. Melo in those Nugget years was pretty good. He had some decent years in New York. But no, overrated. So, let's see. Paul George. Now, when me and my buddies were watching the game, let me ask you guys this. Tell me what you think. When we were watching the game, they were saying Paul George isn't himself, still from the broken leg. Me, I think Paul George is himself, but he's not playing in the right system for him. Paul George is the number one option. He's not the number two. He's not the number three. He's the number one. Paul George can be an MVP candidate. He's athletic. He's got a shot. He's a great ball player. He's got a good skill set. He's long. He's athletic. He's good. Now, do I think the broken leg kind of slowed him down? Maybe I could see that, but he's the number one option. He's not the two. He's not the three. He needs the ball in his hands. He creates. He's the LeBron James light, the poor man's LeBron James, but doesn't pass nearly as well. Doesn't control the game nearly as well. Not a leader on the court nearly as well. He's the poor man's LeBron James, but this poor man has nothing. He's not even close to LeBron. No one's close to LeBron. Name me a player who's got the same skill set as LeBron. Who would the poor man's LeBron James be? Magic Johnson? I would say Magic Johnson. An NBA all-time great, the greatest point guard ever, is the poor man LeBron James. Isn't that crazy? LeBron's a way better scorer than Magic was. Their passing is the same. You can't say one is a better passer than the other. It's the same. Their basketball IQ is the same. Their leadership is the same. Their impact on a team, on a culture, is the same. But LeBron's been doing it for 15 years. I was looking up some stats about LeBron the other day. He led that Cavs team that went to the finals against the Spurs when he was 22 years old. So that means, to me, it should mean to you, LeBron has been in his prime since year 3 to year 15. 15. Isn't that crazy? So 12 years he has been in his prime. You ever heard of a guy 12 years of prime? No. You get 4 to 6 years of prime. 4 to 6 years of prime, but he has given you 12 years of prime. He'll still be in his prime next year. It's a coming down prime. He's not peaking anymore. He's kind of plateaued, and if anything, he may be slipping. But LeBron's fall from his prime is still a lot better than everyone else in the NBA. If we're going by MVP, LeBron should be MVP. He should have like 6 MVPs. 7 MVPs. He should have won MVP all 4 years in Miami. Daniel, what's going on, buddy? Tell me you've been hooping. Tell me you've been hooping. You've been working on your game. But LeBron's given you 12 years of prime. How? It's incredible. It's incredible. You know, you got a business, and you got a guy who consistently gives you the best he's got for 12 years. Every day. Every day. You know, you might have a really good employee for 5 or 6 years, and, you know, he's your right-hand man. But he's getting old. He's not as good as he once was. He's lost his drive. He's not, he's not employee of the month. LeBron James was the Eastern Conference Player of the Month every month besides one. Besides 1 month this year. Isn't that crazy? And he's not going to win MVP. I understand it's James Harden's year. I understand it's his year. He deserves it. His team's good. But let's switch James Harden and LeBron. Let's put LeBron on the Rockets. What the Rockets win? 65 games. LeBron on that team, they went 70. LeBron, Chris Paul, Capella. I didn't watch the game. Oh my gosh, you didn't want to watch the game. It was awful. It was awful from start to end. First quarter it was okay, but it was just downhill after that. The Cavs, they just play with no urgency. Every Cavs possession is LeBron pick and roll. LeBron gets a switch. LeBron drives to the basket, kicks out, or he shoots it. And it's just bricks. And defense, the defense is just atrocious. It is so hard to watch them play defense. Will when soccer season ends. Nice, man. Nice. You've been watching the Champions League at all? I don't watch soccer that much, but this year's Champions League has been pretty interesting. That Mo Salah, man, where'd he come from? I never heard of this guy, but he's the truth. He is the truth. So, let's see. But yeah, that Pacers-Cavs game, it was awful. It was just awful. I was watching it, and the Cavs would make a little run. You bet in soccer a little bit, so who you got then? Who you got? My team's Real Madrid. I'm a Cristiano Ronaldo fan. But that Real Madrid game against Bayern Munich, I feel like Real Madrid is one, come away with a win. Two, Byron had like 3 or 4 opportunities to score. That game could have easily been 5-1, 4-1, 3-1. Ronaldo is the LeBron of soccer. But I feel like Messi's right there with him. I don't think Messi is. I wouldn't put Messi over Ronaldo. I know a lot of people would, but I feel like here's Ronaldo, here's Messi, here's LeBron, here's KD. I feel that gap is more with LeBron and then the second best player in the world compared to Ronaldo and Messi. Oh yeah, and that's why I give Ronaldo the edge. If you told me start a team with either one, I pick Ronaldo. They're both great with their feet. Messi, I think he can create more than Ronaldo. Ronaldo can create, but Messi is like so short, so low to the ground. I feel like he's got that ball on a string, where Ronaldo's longer. You can get into his body more. If you want to get into Messi's body, you got to get low. You got to get low, and you're not in a good athletic position. He is. He's got the ball on the string, but Ronaldo is the more gifted scorer. And especially in soccer, I went to my first soccer game over in England, and it was these 2 very small teams, only like 200 people there. It's the best soccer I've ever seen. And in my eyes, I was like, these guys can be professional to me, in my eyes, because I haven't seen it. They were professional to me until it came to scoring. None of them could put the ball in the back of the net. None of them could do it. And I was like, that's why Ronaldo, that's why Messi, that's why they're professional. None of them can score. I don't know if, they get a good opportunity, their heart starts beating, and then they just, they kick the ball bad, or like so many times it just sail, or it wouldn't be a good shot on goal, or it'd be like a through ball and they had to kick it in, had a good opportunity, they just couldn't bury it. I was like, well, this is exactly why those guys are pro. Why it's so important to have that striker, that go-to man. Get it to him in a good spot and he's going to bury it. And and Ronaldo, he's just bigger, faster, stronger. Give me that athlete. I want the bigger, faster, stronger athlete. In any sport, it doesn't matter. Any sport, give me the bigger, faster, stronger guy. If we got 2 guys, the exact same skill level, this guy is 6'3", 200 pounds, more athletic, quicker. This guy is, what's Messi, 5'8", 5'7", 5'8", very good skill set, but give me bigger, faster, stronger. Yeah, you're right. Major difference. And those amateurs were pretty good. To me, I don't... Over here in America, people just don't play soccer that much. And an MLS game looks like, grade school soccer compared to a European game. It looks like grade school. Ibrahimovic, I don't know if you saw his first MLS game, scoring 2 goals. He is just head and shoulders better than everyone who he plays against. You saw it? Did you see that one he bombed from midfield? That was awesome. That was just, I'm better than you. No one's even close to me. Who in the MLS could do that? Who's our best players? That one American guy, whatever his name is, I forget. He made the comeback. I think it's great. I don't see why these European guys, they don't want to come over to the United States when, they're not at their peak. Like Zlatan, he's great. He's been great for so long, but now he's not what he once was. But he can come over to America, bring his star power here, which is awesome, and he's still got some in the tank. And he's way more skilled than anyone we got over here. What's that one American's name that's pretty nice? That young guy, that Punich or something. I forget his name, but he's supposed to be good. Let's see what else. Talked about the draft. Have you guys seen that meme? China is? Really? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I figured they would want to come to America with that David Beckham, Zlatan, that Thierry Henry, I think. I thought that was some mood to make. So, let's talk about, I don't know if you guys have seen the picture or not, but it's been going around Facebook. Here, let me show you. About this Laker team. You guys see that? That's Kobe, Pau Gasol, Andrew Bynum, Lamar Odom. You got Luke Walton right there. Can't really see. It's kind of glary. Ariza. Let's see. Am I forgetting anyone? Derek Fisher. I don't know if I said him. And people are saying Kobe needed help. Kobe needed help with that team. No. You want to know the stats for that team? Okay, that team won 2 championships in a row, back-to-back years. Pau Gasol, first year, 18 points, 11 boards. Second year, 19 points, 11 boards. Okay? A clear number 2, a 7-footer. Keep that in mind. Andrew Bynum, what did he average? I wrote it down. 14 points, 8 boards that first year. Second year, 15 points, 8 boards. Another 7-footer. Lamar Odom, 9 points, 8 boards. 9 points, 7 boards. Another 7-footer. 3 7-footers on that team. Derek Fisher, a clutch shot maker. Ariza, a nice little player. Phil Jackson, telling me Kobe needed help. If he needed help with that team, sorry, Kobe. You're sorry. You're sorry, Kobe. Ron Artest. Ron Artest was on that team too. Like, what more do you need? That was a good team. You can't win with that team. You're sorry. Kobe, you're sorry. People saying Kobe needed help with that team. Stop. You had 3 7-footers out on the court at one time. 3 7-footers. You want to talk about size? That Lakers team. 3 7-footers. Kobe Bryant, Derek Fisher, Ron Artest, Trevor Ariza, Phil Jackson. And you needed help. You needed help. Yeah, and you needed help. You want to know why? Because you're Kobe Bryant. You ain't LeBron James. You ain't LeBron James. Let LeBron play with that team. Oh, my gosh. Let's see what else. What'd you say about the Jazz? Jazz yesterday was crazy. Oh, yeah, Donovan killed it. 38. 38 for Donovan, like 22 in one quarter, I think it was. The third quarter, maybe. Donovan's the man. He is the man. I am getting ready to drop a new video. Who's the Rookie of the Year? Donovan Mitchell, Ben Simmons. It's Donovan Mitchell. Now, I keep on saying Ben Simmons isn't a rookie, but I'm going to give you stats too. Don't worry, the stats are coming. The stats are coming, and we got to take all things consider. We got to talk about, the season and off-season head start that Ben Simmons had on Donovan Mitchell. So we gotta take that into account. Get this. Listen. Ben Simmons, he was hurt. That's why the Sixers held him out. He had a broken foot. Okay? A broken foot is a 6 to 8 week healing process. So he was unhealthy for about a month and a half. And he couldn't play. Shut him down for the season. What? You shut him down for the season? I understand. You're wanting to keep him healthy. No use rushing him back. Look at Joel Embiid, Sixers track record and injuries, not too good. I understand. I get that. But he was healthy. He was healthy for more than 3/4 of the season. He's not a rookie. You're telling me he didn't practice with that team? He didn't know his role. He didn't know his teammates. He didn't know his coaches. He knows the plays. He knows everything what is expected of him. He knew all that. He had a whole season and an off season to train like an NBA player. Donovan Mitchell didn't. Donovan Mitchell was on a college campus. Oh, yeah. Well, the Jazz they have to think like that. You know what I mean? Because the Jazz just aren't relevant. Like, really, none of the only time the Jazz have been relevant, the best Jazz basketball moment is not even a player of theirs. The best Jazz moment is Michael Jordan's push-off and then that jumper at the elbow near the top of the key. That's the best Jazz moment in history, and it's not even them. It's not even them. It happens to them. I mean, it's true. It's true. That is the best Jazz moment. It's not even a guy wearing their jersey. Now, they had some squads. They've had some squads in the past, but it's the Jazz. They need this. They are so invested in this team, like you said. The city of Utah needs this. I mean, even when people go to Colorado, they don't go to watch. They don't go to Utah. They go to Denver. They go to Aspen. They don't go to Utah. So Utah, I don't know. It'd make it more appealing for them to finally win something. But speaking of Utah, how do you guys feel about them jerseys? I think they are absolutely disgusting. I would tell them, I am not wearing this jersey. I think they are so ugly. You know which ones I'm talking about, those red and yellow ones, those tie-dye ones. I think that is the most ugly jersey I have ever seen in basketball. And maybe I've ever seen. The only ones that are uglier were those Pittsburgh Steelers jerseys that they wore that had it looked like jail jumpsuits, black and gold. Those were pretty ugly, but those Jazz jerseys make me want to barf. They are disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I don't know, and I think people love it. I understand it's changed, but that's not the Jazz's color scheme. They got way too much goofy stuff going on in there. Way too much goofy stuff. But I am rooting for the Jazz. Who wouldn't be rooting for the Jazz right now? I still want the Rockets winning. I want to see James Harden, but I wouldn't mind seeing the Jazz. It wouldn't be nearly as much star power if the Jazz would beat the Rockets, but it would be interesting. I don't think it's Donovan Mitchell's time yet. He's got to put in his dues. I think it'll be James Harden and the Warriors in the finals. Is it hard for Portuguese European to get a sports scholarship soccer since Trump is all against immigrants? I don't know, man. I don't like talking about politics because politics is so sensitive here over in America. There's a few rules, or not really rules, but unwritten rules. Don't talk about religion. Don't talk about politics. Don't talk about how much money you got. But I would say Trump's immigration law is more aimed towards Muslim countries. I would think Portuguese would be fine. I feel like the immigration law is aimed more at Muslim-based countries like Syria, Iran, I'm not for sure with all the other ones, but I think it would be good, and you should be good. I mean, if you can play, anyone will take you over in America. For like getting, I don't think so. I think colleges want to give scholarships out to people who are from different countries, and especially if you can play and if you're good. Oh gosh, you see, this is what I was telling you. Don't talk about politics. Just read the chat. Just read the chat. I feel like that's what the travel ban was based off of. If you can play, anywhere will take you, and especially in America. Oh, you see, that's what I was talking about. It's so sensitive over here. But if you can play, it doesn't matter where you're at. People will find you. And to get that scholarship, a lot of smaller schools, they do give scholarships out to every athlete. A lot of smaller schools will do that. But it's a little bit more expensive. But if you can play, someone will give you that scholarship. And I feel like countries, they want people, or colleges want people from other countries to help promote diversity. So I would definitely, if that's one of your goals, man, I think you be on the right track, especially if you can play. If you can play, then you got a lot more doors open to you. A lot more doors open. But if you got tape, I would definitely have some tape ready to send it out. Show it to everyone you can. If you got a few schools in mind or a place you're thinking about coming to in particular, I'd start getting some tape out. Get tape out and get that scholarship and see what happens. So I think you'd be good. I think you'd be good. You would be good. What made you start thinking about that? Just popped in your head? Now, I'm telling you, it won't be easy. Like a college schedule, because I thought about playing college ball, but the schedule is just crazy. It's like 5 a.m. workout, and then you get ready for school, you go to school, then you got like conditioning afterwards, and then you got afternoon practice, then like you eat, team study hall. And by that time, you're so exhausted, you go to bed, and then you start doing it all over again. I'm just saying it'd be a big commitment. But if you're willing to make that commitment, then more power to you. More power to you. It ain't going to be easy, and I'm sure you know that. But if that's your dream, if that's something you want to do, let it fly. Definitely let it fly. So, if you guys got any other topics you want me to talk about, let them fly. Let me hear it. So, like I said, hey, I made it 38 minutes without talking LeVar Ball. I have been getting so much crap about LeVar Ball, but listen to me. That is the most action that my channel gets is when I talk about LeVar Ball. I don't want to be the LeVar Ball news outlet. I don't want to be. I don't. I want to talk about other sports. I would talk about soccer. I wanted to talk about football. I could even talk baseball if you wanted me to. I'll talk about the playoffs. And I love doing all that. But everyone wants my LeVar Ball videos. And they are, it is interesting. That is a big topic. You either love him or you hate him. You either think he's dumb or he's a genius. And he's got his sons. The JBA's about to start. And he took him out of Lithuania. So it's getting crazy, man. This summer's going to be interesting. This summer, if the JBA can survive this summer and put a good product out there, it would work. Oh, yeah, dude. Definitely. Even if you don't want to play, like on the schools team, there is plenty of intramurals you can do. They got intramurals for everything. You can be on a soccer club team. That's different from intramurals. It's like the college team, the club team, and then intramurals. That club team, they'll go to different schools and play competitive. too. So that might be something that interests you. I don't think those guys get scholarships, but it's more competitive than going to the rec. You'll actually be on a team. I don't know if they have a coach, but they got uniforms. I would imagine that they have a coach. I mean, they practice. They practice too. Like rec squad, you don't practice. If you want that scholarship, you definitely got to go on the real team, I would think. So, anyway, I'm rooting for the JBA. The JBA needs to happen. Take down the NCAA. Take down that corruptness. Someone needs to do it. We know it's corrupt. Someone's got to do it. And that someone is going to be LeVar Ball. And I love it. We should all be behind LeVar Ball. We all should. I think that the NCAA and the NBA now is trying to blackball him. The NBA raised the salary for the G Leaguers, I think by like $500, or I either think it's 500, 1,000, or 1,500. It's one of those three. One of those three. They raised up their salaries. The NCAA is saying we don't want one and dones, and the NBA is saying, well, we'll take it away at 2020. So high schoolers can make that jump to the NBA. Those high schoolers that don't want to go to college, they can make the jump to the NBA, make the jump to the G League, and not deal with the JBA. And that just goes to show the NBA is watching. The NBA is watching. The NCAA is watching. They're trying to get away from all these scams, all of these shoe business companies. But face it, the NCAA, they need those shoe companies. They need Nike. They need Adidas. That's what they do. You see these AAU teams, they get sponsored by Nike or Adidas. And the team I coached, we were sponsored by Adidas. We had to wear, Adidas gave us backpacks. We had to go to Adidas camps. If there was anything, we had Adidas jackets and like suits and everything. We had everything Adidas. And we had to go to Adidas camps. That was part of the deal. We didn't get shoes or anything like that. We weren't that big time. But, we were still sponsored. Still sponsored by Adidas. But these big time AAU teams, here's what happens. They get sponsored by Adidas. They get all these shoes, these new clothes, new whatever. They get money from these Adidas guys. And so these Adidas guys are like, hey, we took care of you. We took care of you day one, okay? Let's send you to an Adidas school like Louisville, like, who else is Adidas in college? Louisville, that's the biggest one I can think of right now. But, I mean, Nike's in it too. But anyway, so they send them to an Adidas school. So the same thing happens, They might pay you more since you went to an Adidas school for sticking with them, for staying true to them. Oh, hey, we got some new shoes coming out. Here, why don't you take a pair? Take a pair. Hey, you're good. You're a ball player. Once you make it to the NBA, let's make you a shoe. Stick with us when you go to the NBA. We've been here since day one of high school, and we've been here since day two of college. Stick with us for day 3 in the NBA. And why wouldn't you? If they were there for you day 1 and day 2, they'd be there for, I would go to them. If they show that much loyalty to me in high school, and then I make it pro, I would show loyalty to them. They did it to me. They took the first chance on me. So who wouldn't? I think that'd be fair. I think it'd be more than fair. But so that's kind of the stuff that the NCAA, their corruptness comes from. They need those guys. So, but now those guys can go straight to the pros. The NCAA is trying to go back to 4-year guys. Well, newsflash NCAA, no one cares about these 4-year guys. They're not that good. Some of them are decent, but we want those one and done guys. We want those NBA talent guys. We want them. We want them. We don't want 4-year dudes. The NCAA wants you to pick a team again. The only time people pay attention to the NCAA is March Madness. That's the only time during college basketball. You know, the Duke North Carolina game might be on. You can't find anything on TV, but college basketball's on. The only time you watch college basketball consistently is the NCAA tournament. It's because you know the players. You know the big-time players. You know the one-and-done guys. You don't know the 4-year guy who averages 6 points a game, but he's there every game, and he's a tough rebounder. He always dives on the floor. I'm sorry, we don't care about you. If you ain't going pro, we don't care about you. Might be a good player, but we like dunks. We like three-pointers. We like flashy dribbling. We like guys who are NBA quality. We like the best of the best. That's what it is, you know. We like the best of the best. We like talent. We like talent. We like heart, but we like talent. Heart's nice, but if you're not that good, you got to have heart. If you got heart and you got talent, you're a ball player. No talent, you got heart, you know. We like you, but once you take off that jersey, who are you? We don't care about you. That's just the way it is. And that's what the NCAA wants. They want these 4-year guys. They want you to have a relationship with the school, not just with the player. And then once he goes pro, it's just like, oh, I don't care. Look at Duke, for example. Duke's my team. Duke is my team. I only have 2 favorite teams, the Chicago Cubs and the Duke Blue Devils. Otherwise, I just like players. But even Duke isn't as interesting to watch anymore because they get these one-and-done guys, and next year they got a whole new starting 5. It's just like I can't follow. I can't follow. I like Duke. I like Coach K. Once Coach K is done, I don't even know if I'll like Duke. I don't even know. I can't follow the players. Players are there. They play 30 games, and then, you know, got a whole new crew every year. Duke lost all their starters to the pro. So I'm gonna have to learn a whole new team. It just gets hard to follow. Hard to follow, and that's what the NCAA wants. They want you to have a relationship with the school again. So, you see, look at that. I just want to say to all my haters who watch my videos, 48 minutes live, and I probably talked LeVar Ball for 2-3 minutes, and it was about the JBA. It was about the JBA. You guys dictate what I talk about. You dictate what I talk about. If you don't want me to talk about LeVar Ball, watch my other videos. Okay? Now, I'm not taking a shot at anyone. I'm just telling the truth. I got to make the best channel I can possibly make. And if people don't want to watch my why the Patriots won't win or why the Patriots dynasty is over, why the Eagles won't win the Super Bowl, if you don't watch it, I'm not going to talk about it. Why should I talk about something that won't be watched? You know what I mean? You understand? If I'm trying to make the best channel possible, I got to bring the most content and what people want to watch. Now, I'm telling you right now, I will not be the LeVar Ball news outlet. But if that's what the people want, that's what I got to give them. You understand what I'm saying? It's basically a message to all my haters out there. But it's also a little message to my other guys, my other subscribers, too. You guys got to help me out. If you don't want me being the LeVar Ball news outlet, help me out. Watch my other videos. Show me that I can talk about something else. It's not that I don't like talking about LeVar Ball. I like talking about him. I agree with a lot of the stuff he's doing. I think he's misunderstood. I think people don't want to admit that he's got something good going. They don't want to admit it or they don't want to believe it. But they see it, they understand it, but they just don't want to admit it. And I think he's got a plan. He's a lot smarter than people think he is. A lot smarter. And I can see it. I can see it. I just don't, and other people can too. They just don't want to admit it. They don't want to admit it. They don't want to believe it. And it's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. So, I am, let's see, 50 minutes, what time we got? I got to get going, guys. I got to go back home. Me and my boys are getting ready to barbecue. So, enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the good weather. If you guys got anything you want me to talk about or make a video, put it in the comments section. Anything about sports, if I like it, I'll do it. Big shout out to everyone for the road to 1K, for rocking with me. I'll keep the heat coming. You just be ready. AJ Boogie signing out. Boom!